Hi, welcome to the Lady T Workshop YouTube channel. So excited that you can join me. Let's get started on some Lady T therapy. Today we're doing part 2 of the Hexagon Blanket, crochet blanket. If you didn't catch part 1, go ahead and stop watching this part so you can go and watch part 1 and then come join me and watch part 2. So I've finished crocheting all the hexagons that I need to assemble the blanket. So let's get started in showing you how I attached those hexagons. So I don't know if you remember that I got the pattern off of the Yarnspiration website, and I was able to download the pattern right onto my phone, which makes it easier than having to fumble with paper. So here is the bottom, here's the pattern put together, kind of like a diagram here that shows you how they assembled the hexagons. I already went and assigned my hexagons to the letter that I wanted to arrange this pattern. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to assemble this last row here, and I'm going to assemble from the top to the bottom. So from this gray hexagon down to this black hexagon. So you're going to want to work in these rows and then attach the rows together. So let's go ahead and show you how I attach the hexagons together. So I'm going to grab my colored yarn here that is the color, the main color, I guess you want to say, for the blankets. It's the same color that I did the last round on each hexagon, so that it kind of meshes well together. It just flows well as you attach. So first, what you want to do is you want to grab 2 hexagons together. There's a right side and then there's a wrong side, and these are the right sides of the hexagons, and then you want to put them to where that's the wrong side, this is the right side. So you want to put the wrong sides together. So I don't know if you guys can tell. I can tell it's a little different. It looks a little different. So putting the wrong sides touching together, you're going to want to attach your yarn at the corner of the hexagon. So you're only attaching one side, one of the hexagon sides together. So I'm going to slip stitch this right on here, and then I'm going to go in and going to go in through the same slip stitch spot and go in through the first hexagon corner and then to the next hexagon corner. And I'm going to do a single crochet stitch here and wiggle that through. It might be tough, but once you get it, it's easier after that. The corners are a little tough. So what I do now is I'm just going to crochet a single crochet stitch along the side here, making sure that I'm keeping the hexagons sandwiched together so that my hook goes through both of the stitches on both hexagons. And so if you could see, I'm going to slow it down a little bit here, where I will go in through the green one, and then I'm going to go in through the gray one. Yeah, it gets a little stiff, but here we go. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and I'm just going to show you how I attached the hexagon together, and I'm going to make the row. And after I am done making the row, then I will go ahead and come back and show you how to attach the rows together. So I'm just about ready to finish up here. I'm going to get these last few. So you're going to go from one corner to the other corner, and then you're going to fasten off your yarn. So here we go. I'm going to fasten off. I'm done. Take that out. I got a little tail there. And then I'm just going to flatten it out. If you can feel a little, it feels, there's a ridge. But it's not very noticeable. On the back, it's very flat. But on the front, there's a bit of a ridge. But I like it. I like how that turned out because it kind of distinguishes the hexagons more. Okay, so here we are. I finished the whole row. And now you can see all my tails there. Now we're going to attach this row to the other row. And this is actually what I've done is I've already done the whole blanket basically. I've just saved this last row for the recording of this video. So now I'm attaching this last row to the rest of the blanket. And so here's what I have so far. Here's what it looks so far. You can see all my tails, which is going to be a nightmare. But here I am. Okay, so I'm adjusting it. So this row is a shorter row. And on a shorter row, it's not as long. So it goes short and then long and then short and then long. So the shorter rows don't have as many hexagons. And then the longer row has like more hexagons. So we're going to basically attach the row in the same fashion that we did in attaching the hexagons together to make the row. So just sandwiching it up together again, corner to corner, and attaching the same way with a slip stitch, and then going to basically do the same thing as before. Just now we're attaching a bigger piece, but we're basically doing the same fashion of sandwiching the piece together and doing a single crochet along the edge of the hexagon pieces, and that will attach them very nicely. So here we go with the corner, making sure to get that corner, and then move that extra tail out of the way. And then just making sure you're lining up the stitches to where they match, where it's going to be even. You know, you want a nice even matching of these stitches because there should be the same amount of stitches on each side. So if you're going and your corners don't seem to match up, then that means you might have skipped a stitch or something went wrong. So unravel. Don't continue in that. Unravel and figure out the problem, and then fix where you missed or the mistake is, and then continue on. And so here I am going to just show you a little bit. I'm not going to show you the whole row, but I'm just going to show you how I'm attaching part of this row, and then I'll come back with the finished row. So yeah, I'm just working it the same way, single crochet through both hexagon pieces. And so here I'm showing you how it's attached, and then it'll attach. I'll keep going. And here I am. I'm done at the finished attaching the row. And so now it's all together. And this pattern says that once you've attached all of the rows together, then go ahead and do a single crochet round through the or along the edge of the blanket. So I decided, instead of tying off here, I just decided to go right into that single crochet round along the edge of the blanket, the whole blanket. And so here I go. I'm going to crochet, single crochet in every stitch, and in the corner, you're just going, corners of the hexagons, you're just going to do one single crochet in the corner stitch. So yeah, I'll come back when I'm done, and I'm going to tie off the tails, and then I'm going to put it through a wash to soften up the fabric, because some of this fabric is a little stiff, and so I always like to put my finished blanket pieces through a wash with some fabric softener to loosen up the material, and it comes out really nice. So here it is, done, all finished. I cannot believe it. It's gorgeous. I just love it. In this lighting, the dark green looks black. So it's weird how sometimes in certain lighting the colors don't look as like they do in person, but basically the other colors look pretty much the same, but the dark green that is looking black right now is just, I don't know what is happening. But here's the front side, and then I'll go ahead and show you the back side. And here's the back side. And the back side, like I said, it doesn't look, it looks flat. The parts where you join the hexagons, it looks very flat. There is no like ridge from the single crochet, so it's flat. So some people might like the back side. My husband likes the back side better than the front side. I prefer the front side, but it's really doesn't matter. I mean, it looks good both ways, I feel. Um, so yeah, so here's the back, smooth, and then the front, I'll show you the front. And you got a little bit of a ridge, but it's okay. It looks nice. And after the fabric wash, the fabric softener wash, oh, it's so soft and cuddly. Oh, I just love when a blanket is finished right out of the dryer. Oh, it's just so nice. Some yarn is a little stiff, and so it just needs a little fabric softener, just loosen up the fabric, and make it nice and comfy and soft. And so I'm really excited. So I'll put the link for the pattern in the description box of this video. I hope you like how it turned out. Thanks so much for joining me on this adventure of this crochet hexagon blanket. Not sure what I will do for the next pattern, but if you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to shoot them in the comment section below. And here is how the blanket looks in the outside lighting. And you can see that dark green isn't as dark. It's very light. And here's a more close-up picture. But thanks again for joining me on this hexagon blanket adventure. Be sure to like and subscribe, and share this video to any of your other crochet friends or crafty friends or family. Okay. See you next time for some Lady T therapy.